Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and today guys, I'll be checking out Ben Shapiro and Brett Cooper as they blow up pop culture. And I'm super excited for this. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what Ben Shapiro and Brett Cooper has for us in this video.
Today, we have a bit of surprise here on the Ben Shapiro Show. It's Brett Cooper from the comment section with Brett Cooper. For those of you who say that we've never been in the same place at the same time, either our green screening is fabulous or we are not the same person.
Or it's AI.
Or it's AI.
Exactly.
Could be AI.
Yeah.
So Brett is here to tell me about pop culture because I'm, approaching 40 and I have almost four kids. And so tell me about pop culture, Brett Cooper.
I'm going to tell you all about pop culture.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a definition now. Okay, so the thing I wanted to tell you about today, have you heard of sologamy?
No.
Okay, so like polygamy.
Yeah.
Monogamy. Okay.
I can see the root of the word. I feel I know where you're going.
So it's a new trend. Well, it's kind of been starting over the last few years. Like in 2019, Emma Watson said that she was self-partnered. She was not single, she was self-partnered. And that is rooted in self-care, and that she did not want to call herself single because that had like a negative connotation. You're self-partnered.
She's not a they them though, so she's like a she her, right?
She's a she her,
so
yes.
She's not multiple people.
No.
Got it.
She's just,
all right.
She's just being with herself.
Hey everyone! Come and see how good I look!
But now people are taking it so far that they are marrying themselves. Yes, so that's sologamy. So I pulled some TikToks because they're not just saying, like, it's not just like, oh, I'm committing to myself and like, I'm going to work on myself, whatever. No, they're having wedding ceremonies, which is what I wanted you to look at. I wanted to be a real life Ben Shapiro reaction. Okay.
A few weeks ago, I went to a self-love wedding. So my friend, Marcy, I love you, married themselves for their birthday. Everyone had to dress up as the opposite sex.
Oh no!
Choose. So here are some of those
Well,
outfits.
I can understand why.
And here's mine. The ceremony was so beautiful.
Beautiful.
There was even a flower girl, and Marcy looked so beautiful. The whole ceremony.
What is? Oh my God! There's interpretive
I
dance.
did shed a few tears.
Oh no! Oh no! That's a really cheap wedding cake for a
For a self wedding?
What in? Well, I mean, okay. So I understand. Like these are not people who are going to find partners ever. So
This is their last resort.
Suffocation, no breathing.
this is basically the person who couldn't get a date to prom. They're like, well, I didn't even want to go to prom.
Exactly.
So they're not going to get married because who would do that thing?
So they're being proactive, and they're like,
they're getting ahead of it. They're getting ahead of the story.
Yeah.
Getting ahead of the story. It's like when Barack Obama in his memoir was like, I did a little blow. It was like he knew it was going to come out
So he
during
just
the
went ahead,
right.
yeah.
It's already out there. So like these people are going to be single for life. So but now they're owning the singleness.
Yes, it's
for life.
It's empowering.
Well, it's the old Woody Allen line that masturbation is sex with the person he loves. So there you have it.
Exactly.
They're marrying the one they love.
This spiked during COVID because everybody was so lonely. And then coming out of COVID, all the women were apparently just drained because of the Zoom dates. And, they just spent all this time inside and they didn't have boyfriends or anything like that. So apparently there were a ton of these weddings during COVID, and there were all these psychologists that were covering this. We're like, this is like such a wild phenomenon. This one's more elaborate.
Okay.
It's a little less
elaborate. Wow.
It's a little less they, them, and a little more self-love.
Tired of Zoom dates?
Yeah.
Right. So I do have a question about that, which is why? That seems like the ideal female date because it's just all talking all the time.
Yes, that's very true. You just sit there and you're forced to talk.
Because whenever I go on a date with my wife, she's like, why aren't we talking more? So like, I feel like a Zoom date is, because normally on a date, like you just spend time with each other and you're like sitting there and the silence
Do
is
an
okay.
activity.
But on a Zoom date, like nothing's happening. So I feel like women would be like, there's an inherent pressure to talk and share your
Probably.
feelings. So women were not cool at the Zoom date.
I don't think they were.
Interesting.
I think
that's good. That's good for society.
I don't think that things progressed enough on Zoom dates.
Like to marriage?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like a symptom of the traditional Zoom burnout because everybody was just online anyway, and they were just like, they weren't being held enough apparently. But that one that we just watched, the comments were actually positive, not about her, but people were calling her out on it, and she spent so much time debating these people. Like, the Bible says that in the last days people would be lovers of self. I didn't think it would go this far. And somebody else said, my family would never. That was the thing. So many people showed up and they're applauding this as if it's normal.
What would you do if somebody invited me to a wedding with them? Like, you can't even get me to go to a wedding with another person. If you're inviting me to a wedding with yourself,
Oh, I just wouldn't go.
not only am I not sending a gift,
Yeah.
I might send a drone attack. Like that's
What?
like that's horrifying.
Yeah. There's part of me that would want to go because it's so ridiculous.
It's great for your show. Like, you bring a camera, and that's like amazing for your show.
I need those little Snapchat sunglasses. Have you seen those that have cameras in them?
You need like the James O'Keefe team there.
Exactly. I wanted to do a video with him so that he could teach me how to be undercover so I could go do things like this because I think it would be really good content. But I don't think I could go in all seriousness. It would be for content.
Well, yeah. I mean, how could you go in serious? No. I would just be laughing the whole time.
I do know people that probably would do this. Somebody else said, no words. If this was my friend, I'd be recommending therapy and certainly not showing up for this foolishness because it's enabling, number one, narcissism, but it's so unhealthy. And it's mostly women. I mean, that first one was even more sad because that was like a 20-year-old girl. It's like if you've lost all hope at my age, like you need to change your behavior.
Why are birth rates dropping in the United States? Why? It's a mystery. No one knows.
Because women are marrying themselves.
By the way, if they then have sex with somebody else or marry somebody else, are they cheating on themselves?
Probably.
It's polyamorous
now,
or what?
It's not illegal, obviously, because you can't marry yourself. And so they often...
Not for long.
I'm sure that they will...
In Massachusetts, very soon.
There's, in the articles that are about, this self-marriage and all that stuff, they all say, well, of course, you can't have tax breaks yet. It's not legal yet. We wish that you could. And of course, it doesn't mean that they can't date other people. It's like, well, if you're going to marry yourself, go full out.
Yeah, I agree.
Then just be celibate. Actually commit to it.
Exactly, like full priest nun.
They can't even commit to themselves.
Yeah, lack of commitment.
Yep. All right, the last thing on pop culture I wanted to talk to you about, Kardashians. They are all dating a certain kind of man right now.
Okay.
And I think that it's some kind of like Kris Jenner manipulation because Kylie Jenner is now dating Timothée Chalamet. Do you know who he is?
I do know who Timothée Chalamet is.
He looks like I could break him in half. He's like
he
a
does.
little toothpick. Yeah.
That's true.
And then Kourtney married, oh my God, why am I blanking out on his name? Is it Travis? Travis Barker. She married Travis Barker. Both of them, it's like they've moved on from the black NBA players, and now they're dating who I call the wet cigarette men. They have no testosterone whatsoever. They are this big. They are all smaller than all of the Kardashian women. Mathematically, I don't know how that works at all. And Kim was dating Pete Davidson. It's the same genre of man.
The shift from Kanye to Pete Davidson, that's a radical shift.
It was.
I mean, I have to say, that's like, I can't think of a much more radical shift than Kanye to Pete Davidson. That is, first of all, I don't understand the Pete Davidson phenomenon at all. It makes no sense to me.
Girls like him because he's sweet and he's funny and he's not a toxic masculine man.
He doesn't seem super masculine generally.
He
just that is one way to get rid of toxic masculinity is to not date masculine men at all.
Exactly. They will just become passport bros. Oh, have you heard of passport bros?
What is a passport bro?
Okay, passport bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible and Western women don't want to be wives that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
Like which countries?
Like Southeast Asia, they're going to the Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
Yeah. And then
feels more expensive, but
it is. Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, you can go to these countries and they're usually cheaper. And so a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men film themselves with these women and show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional. And they're like, look at these women. They're so respectful and kind. And the Western women are, sitting on their, Fresh and Fit podcasts or whatever podcasts, losing their mind over this. But yeah, passport bros.
I mean, I did marry a woman from abroad. I mean, she's been in America since she was 12, but still, she's Israeli.
So. There you go.
Yeah.
You're like a reverse passport bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she came here and she got citizenship, so kind of.
You didn't import her?
I did not import my wife, no.
Make that very clear.
Wow, you guys, that was such a beautiful one from Ben Shapiro and Brett Cooper. I really enjoyed every minute of this video, and let me know your thoughts on this particular one because I have never heard or seen anything like this where someone intentionally marries themselves because I do not even understand what is going on here. I wish I can unsee this, but I already saw it, and this is such a very pitiful, troubling situation. I feel these people, they need medical attention as soon as possible because I don't think anybody in their sane mentality would do something like this. And the worst part of it is the people who came there to witness this very disgusting ceremony or whatever that was taking place in that place. I totally do not agree with this one. This is very disgusting and I will not commend anyone who does something like this. This is insane, and leave your comments in the comment section about what you feel. towards this video. I really had fun reacting to Ben Shapiro and Brett Cooper. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.